Hello and welcome to another insightful episode of In Conversation. My name is Bongani, and today I'm joined by the HODs of the school that's doing amazing work within the country. Well, I'm talking about the HODs within the School of Accounting. Joining me is Miss Boitumelo Kuzwayo, who is the HOD of Commercial Accounting, and Prof. Ahmed, who is the Head of Department of Accountancy at the University of Johannesburg. Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Because, wow, your departments are doing amazing work, hence necessitated this conversation. I think at the starting level, we would like to understand what sets, maybe we'll start with a Department of Commercial Accounting. What sets it apart from other institutions?
So the Department of Commercial Accounting caters to students doing a diploma in accounting. And our department, what it does is that it's actually accredited with a few professional bodies, including ACCA, CIMA, SICA, and our students are then able to articulate into other qualifications should they want to further their studies. So I think that's one of our biggest value propositions. Our two departments actually also belong in the School of Accounting, which is the biggest school probably in the faculty as well as within the university.
Amazing. Prof. Ahmed and
Yeah.
the department?
Yeah, thanks, Bongani. So the Department of Accountancy, what sets it apart, firstly, I want to start off with the staff. We've got amazing staff, dedicated staff. They are leaders and experts in their fields. Students, we've got wonderful students. They are human. They are representative of our beautiful land. They are intellectual. They are dynamic. They are future leaders. And then our programs, I think we've got excellent programs ranging, as Boitumelo mentioned, the programs in the Department of Commercial Accounting. On our side, we have the degree qualifications. We've got the honors. We've got postgraduates. We've got the masters, doctorate. And those are all excellent qualifications. So I think those 3-4 things are what put us on the roadmap in terms of what we do.
Interesting. And speaking on that, you touched on dynamics and engaging learning environment. Setting it apart from other institutions, how do you guys foster dynamic and engaging learning environment?
Yeah, thanks, Bongani. So I think firstly it starts off with our teaching and learning model.
Yes.
So I think we have a teaching and learning model that's responsive to the latest trends, that's responsive to student learning.
Yes.
I think, the way we learned a couple of years ago is not the same way generations as they've moved have learned.
True.
So our teaching and learning model, I think, is responsive to change. It takes into account innovation. So I think we look towards innovation and we incorporate those into the way students learn.
Yes.
We also, our university is big on tech and 4IR.
True.
So we incorporate that into the curriculum. And I think all these things ensure that we are developing graduates that are fit for purpose for the work environment.
Yes. And Ms. Kuzwayo, picking it up from Prof, what role do lecturers play in like making commercial accounting an ideal place, UJ to be an ideal place to study commercial accounting?
So as Prof. Ahmed was saying, we have a very dynamic staff complement. And our staff are actually quite instrumental and important in ensuring that we produce graduates that are fit for purpose and ones who can also want to further their studies. In terms of how we work, in terms of lecturing, our staff, even with COVID, they had to be very agile, flexible, and adapt. So even with COVID, we went to fully online. We had to be able to deliver our content from an online perspective. Post-COVID, we've had to then reimagine or re-innovate how we actually teach, but still making sure our students are competent to be able to graduate and go out into the working world. So we've adopted a blended approach where some of our lectures are either done online or face-to-face. another differentiator in terms of our qualification is that we also include a practical element. So in 3 of our major modules, financial accounting, we use an online software called Zero that adds a practical element to it, and our students get to apply what they do know from a theory perspective into practice. For our management accounting and finance, we also use Excel, where we teach them the basics around being able to apply the knowledge in order to simulate certain environments, as well as within tax, we use something called TaxTim, where we actually get students to simulate or complete a tax, an income tax return, either for an individual or for a company. So our lecturers are actually extremely important in ensuring that we deliver content properly to our students to create graduates.
Amazing. And still on that, I would like to know which career path are students maybe going to have in the future if they are studying commercial accounting?
Okay, so there's various levels. So there's an accounting technician. So typically that would be someone who processes like your accounts, debtors department, payroll, creditors departments. So typically the people you'd find any company would need an accounting technician. And in fact, if I can explain it in this way, currently within the accounting profession, if I give you a triangle, that's pretty much the focus of it, an upside down triangle, so to speak. So within accounting, there's quite a few CAs, so to speak. So then there's middle professional accountants and then accounting technicians. But in terms of what the market needs, the triangle is actually the other way around, where we need more accounting technicians because they are the people who need to execute the work in order to enable a CA to focus on the more strategic things that need to be executed within an entity. So that's typically where our students would go with the diploma, so accounting technicians. If they want to then articulate, they can go the IIA route, which is in the Institute of Internal Auditors, if they want to further their studies there. There's CIMA that offers financial management. If our students want to become tax technicians, they can then go through the site route. And then there's ACCA, which offers articulation at accounting technician, as well as leading up to someone wanting to become a CA. So we offer various streams for our students.
And Prof. Ahmed, is the career path the same even from your department as well?
Yeah, so I think the point of entrance is, as Boitumelo said, there are different levels. So the point of entrance is different. So with degree qualifications, your point of entrance can be sort of middle management and upwards. So you know if you're doing the CA qualifications, then you're going to qualify as a chartered accountant. If you're doing there are other routes you could follow, so SIPA associations, so you can become an AGA, you can go the ACCA route, you can become an internal auditor, you can become a specialist in tax, go pursuing the site qualifications. And then, of course, I mean, you've got the umbrella qualifications. So you've got people who want to pursue masters, so masters in international accounting, computer auditing, tax, and then PhDs, you know, so those that want to do doctorates in accounting or doctorates in, again, in taxation or in specialism in auditing. So you've got, it depends where you want to join the, where you want to join the winning formula.
Yeah. And well, I know there may be many people or success stories that are there. Any notable story from you, Prof. Ahmed? Maybe an individual who's still within the department or has went to do greater things from UJ?
Yeah, so I'm smiling because there are many. So it would be difficult, I think, to kind of isolate them. But I mean, just, so there's a competition that SAICA holds, which is a SAICA top 35, under 35 competition. And I mean, UJ has been very fortunate that we've had many notable winners of that competition. I mean, 2019, we had Mpho. 2020, we had Manuel. 2021, we had Nicholas. 2023, we had Senzo. We had Mr. Rowan High, who won the Young Internal Auditor Award. So there's numerous. I mean, there's There's Gif Somokwabe, who is now honored as the 2022, again, also Young Internal Auditor Award. So there's, I mean, I'm really proud of our alumni that have gone out there and that have shaken the way things are done, and that have, shown out there that what UJ alumni are capable of.
Yes, indeed. Ms. Kuzwayo, well, no man is an island, so I think collaboration and partnership is important. Can you tell us any collaborations that may be in your department that you have with the industry professionals for students to get hands-on practicals and experience from them?
Okay, so within the Department of Commercial Accounting, we've partnered, we find it quite important that we partner with professional bodies, because once we get accreditation with our qualification, it opens doors for our students and our graduates. So we partner with ACCA, CIMA, and IIA that I've mentioned before. We've also partnered with some of the firms within the country, as well as looking to work with EY and KPMG in order to ensure that students pursuing the ACCA route can also get exposure there. Some of our students, so as Prof. Ahmed was mentioning, Gif Somakwabe, she did the IIA route. She's one of the students from our pipeline who's actually now working, and we're trying to get partnering with the different professions or with the different firms to get ourselves out there. We've also worked with the IDC. We've had some of our graduates working at the IDC as well, and looking to working more with municipalities. So municipalities have identified that there's a big need for accounting technicians because a lot of the audit reports that are given, which are either disclaimer or a qualified audit opinion, is as a result of their staff complement within the financing department not necessarily having the required skills and not being able to process the basics that they need to do in order to report on their finances. So one of our biggest partners that we're working with is municipalities as well as LGCTAs to be able to, LGCTA and FACET, to be able to get funding to assist those who are in the working environment.
Pick it up from you.
Okay.
Okay. So, Prof. Ahmed, are there any collaborations or partnerships in your department?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the success of the department relies on such collaboration. So I mean, I just want to also take the opportunity to recognize and thank them for their support. And of course, I think, just what it means for the students. So some examples of them: the first year students play a board game called KPMG Boardroom. Cool idea. They get exposure to how the corporate environment works. Ethics is critical. So we have a project called EY, Ethical Ambassador. EY runs with that. We have a corporate reporting, integrated reporting project, which BDO is closely associated with. We've got a project called Project Endurance. that IT has been the partner on that one in the past. So you can see there's quite a bit. There's Deloitte that's also quite interested. We have this thing called color accounting at the first year level for students that haven't done accounting before. So we believe that we've got to partner with and we've got to collaborate. We've got to bring the interesting things that are happening out there into the classroom, so that the students are in touch with the realities.
So, Ms. Kuzwayo, what support systems and resources does your department offer that help students excel academically and transition smoothly into their professional careers?
Okay, so maybe let me start from an institutional level. We offer PsyCAD, so students want to go get some assistance regarding a therapist, or if they want to let loose or not let loose, offload some of the challenges that they're experiencing, especially around non-academic. Because I think the success of a student depends on academic and non-academic issues. So we offer PsyCAD. We also offer the Academic Development Center, where students can go and actually improve on some of the things that might be a challenge. So for example, writing skills or improving on their reading. So those are some of the services that we offer, as well as a clinic within the university. Within our department, the services that we offer as academics and tutors. So for our first year students, we have something called peer mentoring. So our senior students who are second or third years mentor our first year students as they're coming into the institution for the first time, and they have walked the path that they have gone through, so as to provide support and to prevent them from making certain mistakes that they made previously. We find that works quite well, and we have a team that actually runs that. So it's Dr. Letiwe Sitolenzama, Mrs. Maya Nebutanda, as well as Dr. Nisi Tusi, together with Temba Masango. So the 4 colleagues really run that quite well. Additional services that we offer more to our senior students, we call it senior student engagement. We engage with our students at least once a term, where we get to talk to them, share different offerings that we have, give them advice. We bring in people to come talk to them, whether it's previous alumni students or different entities or professional bodies, to inform them about the different career options that they have. Within our department as well, we have something called an academic support program. So this is targeted at students who are at risk of not obtaining their qualification. We usually get funded by Facet, which is a good partner to the Department of Commercial Accounting. And what we do is we identify students who, or they come to us and say, I would like additional assistance. We put them onto a program and they get an individual mentor, as well as get additional lectures on the different modules that they actually registered for. Typically what we've seen over the past few years since 2018, our success rate on the academic support program, which I was saying is targeted at at-risk students, has averaged about 85%. So these are students who weren't passing all of their modules before, but the success rate has actually improved. And we see 85 at least percent of the students passing.
Yes. Wow. Yeah. And Prof. Ahmed, any different support systems that are separate maybe from commercial accounting?
Yeah, thanks. I think what we've seen, Bongani, is our students don't have the same circumstances as when we have studied. So their personal circumstances have changed over the years, and our students are coming from difficult backgrounds, challenging conditions. So I think the support that we're talking about today as well is beyond the academic type of support. Those are there. So the academic support, I mean, the career days and those things are there. But some of the things which the institution is doing, and I give credit to the institution for this, is, feeding programs, support in terms of providing financial assistance to the students, support with enabling students to study. We do some book drives in the department to help students, where senior students recycle the books and those books can be used by the junior students. So we have book drives. We have the mentorship, of course. It's not formal mentorship. I think just given the scale and the number of students we have, it's just not possible to do it formally, but informal mentorship that is taking place. So I think the students have different challenges, and we're trying to respond to those unique challenges to give our students the fair chance that they need out there. I mean, just an example, the students went to write the board exams at the end of January, the PSYCA board exams. And you would assume that, students can get to Gallagher Estate to go and write the board exams. It's not so simple. So we offer them, we transported the students by bus to Gallagher Estate on all the days of the exam. It's those kind of things which are going a long way to assist the students.
Amazing. And that gets to my following question, which is fostering a sense of a community, like creating a supportive network that extends beyond classrooms, because this is what we're actually getting on the ground.
Yeah.
This is really amazing. So from your perspective, what makes the University of Johannesburg, particularly your departments, of course, respectively, a go-to destination for those aspiring to build a career in the field of accounting?
Yeah, maybe I can come in there. So I think we pride ourselves as being at the forefront of transforming the accountancy profession. We stand for fairness, we stand for quality, we stand for standards. I often ask the students, do you think the tests are going to be difficult? And they say, yes. And then I ask them, do you want the test to be easy? And then some of them say no. And then some of them say, yes, of course, and we correct that. But the point is that the tests and the exams will be fair, so that you qualify. You know, if you walk out there and you walk on stage and you graduate from UJ and you go into practice, there's a certain expectation that people have. And that we can pride ourselves that we've got relevant, good qualifications. We've got quality, we've got standards, and of course, we can sleep at night knowing that we've been fair to the students, that we haven't set too difficult exams, but at the same time, we haven't set easy exams.
Wow.
But I think maybe just to add to what Ahmed was saying, a lot of the students that we get are from quintile 1 and 2 backgrounds or schools, being no-fee paying schools. So they come from very disadvantaged backgrounds. And UJ has been an institution that offers a platform for students from those backgrounds to come in terms of from a fee structure, as well as just in terms of the location of the different campuses. And we are based at Soweto campus, which also creates a campus of access. I think that's one of the things that differentiates UJ and our school from other institutions. And it also speaks to what the VC also is one of his key visions for the institution, which was social impact. And I think that's also another key differentiator regarding our School of Accounting as well as commercial accounting, over and above what Ahmed has just mentioned.
And, well, in closing, I'd like to open up the platform in case there's a question, a burning question that I should have asked and I didn't. So I'd like to open up the platform, starting with you, Ms. Kuzwayo. Maybe we can address the viewers or me as to any views that you have.
I think in terms of the School of Accounting, as mentioned, there are 2 departments. And it's really been an honor to have worked within both or under the School of Accounting. Together with myself and Ahmed, we really are working to ensuring that we provide different options to our students. The accounting profession is quite big. There are various options that one can pursue, and that's a differentiator in terms of what we offer at the School of Accounting is options. And we pride ourselves with that, be it from SAICA, ACCA, CIMA, IIA. We pride ourselves in producing professionals for the profession as a whole. And it speaks to social impact because everything that you do needs some form of an accountant to be able to literally account for what is actually being done. And that's what our school actually strives for. And we pride ourselves in being great teachers. If you follow us on our different social platforms, be it Facebook, Instagram, the feedback that we get from our alumni is actually quite good and strong, which speaks to the type of work that we have done and built over the years. And as a department and as a school, we are looking to take that to the next level and to elevate it and to broaden our reach in general.
Awesome. Prof. Ahmed?
Yeah, thanks. So, Bongani, I mean, from our perspective, maybe just to the students, we are serious about your studies. We have I almost want to say a no-nonsense attitude to getting the job done. So if you are serious about your studies, then UJ is the place to be. We are focused, we get the job done. There's almost, I want to say, minimal interruption, and you will qualify at our university. To our stakeholders, there are various ways in which you can get involved from the various projects that we spoke about today, which can give you exposure to our students, to all the way down to funding activities. And I did speak to about our students and the uniqueness of our students. So you could even get involved from a funding perspective and do some donor funding to the students. So I think, that's just the whole spectrum. There's so much exciting things going on at the university. And if you want to be part of those, please, by all means, either as a student, you're welcome. As a stakeholder, we'd love to have you involved as well. And you can always reach out to us on all the various, as Boitumelo said, the different social media platforms that we have. We also have accountancy at uj.ac.za. You can send us a mail, and of course, we can get in touch. So it's been fantastic. Thanks, Bongani.
Awesome. Well, I'd like to thank you both for joining me today. I got to learn a lot about accounting, actually.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. Well, dear viewers, sadly, that is the end of this episode. I got to learn a lot about the departments within the School of Accounting, and my knowledge is a bit vast now. And now I know why UJ is the go-to destination. Well, thank you for joining me for this episode. My name is Bongani. I'll see you on the next episode.
The University of Johannesburg, the future reimagined.